What if the reason your plans aren't working is because God isn't in them? Hey there, my name is Paula Pierre, and welcome to Plan with God Stationery, where we combine faith, planning, and organization to help Christian women grow in their faith while navigating everyday life. In today's video, I'm sharing 3 powerful benefits of planning with God and how it can completely transform your peace, clarity, and direction. The first benefit is purposeful planning. We all have a purpose. There is not one person walking the earth that God has not crafted a purpose for being here, regardless of whether or not they know what that purpose is. In Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, the Lord reveals to Jeremiah his purpose. He says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." This revelation of purpose isn't relevant to only Jeremiah's story. This is for you and I as well. There is a specific path that has been laid out for each of us. However, it's not about knowing each individual step of the journey. It's about walking by faith in the direction that the Lord is leading us day by day. Psalm 139 verse 16 says, "Your eyes have seen my formless substance, and in your book were written all the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there was not one of them." Purposeful planning is all about knowing that you have a purpose and trusting that as each day goes by and you are walking with God through daily life, He will guide you in the way that you should go according to His purpose for your life. But I want to caution you though, because sometimes we can be hesitant when we don't know what's ahead, especially when things look so uncertain and even scary at times. If you're anything like me, you love planning and you like having things detailed and in order. But when you plan with purpose in mind, you have to surrender your desire to have things all together, and you have to trust in the Lord's sovereign will and His perfect way for you. The second benefit is prayer-filled planning. One of the lessons that I have learned is that when you plan with God, you can live by faith. What does that mean? It's all about seeking and surrender. When it comes to planning from day to day, many of us, we just sit down with our planner or our notebook and we just start writing things down. We're thinking about everything that needs to get done and how we can make it happen. Now, while I do believe the Lord honors our desire to be productive with the time that He gives us, I strongly believe that without prayer, we can easily find ourselves working from a place of self-gratification instead of what's pleasing to the Lord. And I want to take it a step further and say, when you pray, there is so much clarity and peace that comes from connecting with God in this way. Prayer moves us or helps us to move from a place of self-dependence to total dependence on the Lord. I want to say that again. Prayer helps us to move from a place of self-dependence to total dependence on the Lord. In John chapter 15, verses 4 and 5, Jesus is speaking to His disciples and He says, "Remain in me and I in you, just as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, but must remain in the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing." I want to ask you a question. Do you know how much headache and heartache we could avoid if we would just seek the Lord? In my own life, I have found that when I'm striving to move through the day without prayer and remaining sensitive to God's voice, I often find myself getting frustrated and overwhelmed very easily. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, "But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him." The wisdom and guidance that we desire is found in prayer. As we make prayer a daily spiritual discipline, we will find the wisdom that we need to operate each day according to the Lord's perfect will. Consistent daily prayer teaches us how to discern the voice of God as He guides our daily plans and encourages us to submit our plans to Him, whatever that may be. And the third benefit is peaceful planning. What would it look like for you to sit down with your planner each day and plan from a place of peace in God and not the pressures of the world? What would that feel like? Isaiah chapter 26 verse 3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace and constant peace the one whose mind is steadfast." That is, committed and focused on you in both inclination and character, because he trusts and takes refuge in you with hope and confident expectation. Have you ever written out a to-do list only to look at it at the end of the day and be frustrated because you didn't get everything done? This is what it looks like to plan outside of God's perfect peace. When you plan with God, you are shifting your focus off of yourself and onto Him. You are programming your mind to focus on what's eternal and pleasing to the Lord. And the benefit of that is exactly what God says in Isaiah 26:3, His perfect, constant peace. Shifting our focus to be on God and not ourselves also ushers us into a place where we trust and find safety in Him. We know that no matter what things look like on paper, there is no problem that He can't handle, and nothing is a surprise to Him. Here's what I want you to know. Peace is found in trust, and trust is developed through surrender. When you trust in the Lord and let go, you can have peace in knowing that He will always catch you. I know you may be doubtful and questioning, and the truth is sometimes, even when we want to trust God and just let go, we're scared. We believe in who God says that He is, but we're not sure if He's really going to show up for us. But this is what is so special about a relationship with the Lord. He's not intimidated by our doubts, but He calls us to lay those doubts down at His feet. And as you make this a consistent practice, He will meet you where you are, and you will trust Him more and more. There are definitely more benefits to planning with God, but I hope that this video encouraged you to keep purpose in mind, to seek the Lord as you plan, and to be immovable in your focus on Him. And if you're looking for tools to help you stay consistent in your faith, that's exactly what Plan with God Stationery is all about. I also have a 6-month undated planner that will be launching soon, and it is designed to help you plan by faith in your everyday life. If you love all things faith, planning, and organization, I would love for you to join the community by clicking the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and before you go, make sure you comment below. Let me know, do you plan with God, or is this an area that you're working on? I would love to read your comments below. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.